Hi, my name is Kyla Anderson, and this is my persuasive speech video. In America, we have begun to normalize a lot of devastating events, from police brutality to gun violence. These events have been occurring more now than in the past. And while there are many disagreements surrounding those events, they impact the lives of others tremendously. Among that list of events, America has even started to normalize the use of drugs. Once upon a time, drug use used to be illegal, but over time, society has used drugs to help people with anxiety, behavior issues, and other health problems. Even though these drugs are being used for a good cause, there are some people that misuse the drugs. Drugs can impact a person's life in many different ways. Drugs affect people without them even knowing. It can impact your health, your behavior, and your relationships with family and friends. Some people don't understand how a person overuse or misuse of drugs could lead to drug addiction or even worse, drug overdose. Stated from the article, Understanding Drug Use and Drug Addiction, Drug Facts says, as a person continues to use drugs, the brain adapts by reducing the ability of cells in the reward circuit to respond to it. Constantly using drugs can also affect the person's tolerance, which can also reduce how a person is able to adapt to things they used to enjoy and love, such as food and social activities. Every day, there are a lot of people misusing or overuse drugs, which affect people without them even knowing how badly their health is being impacted. The effect can be long or short-term effects. Drugs can be used for good reasons containing to your health, but have a lot of risk factors to your health. In the article, Understanding Drug Use and Addiction Drug Facts, it says, drug abuse has devastating effects on the mind, behavior, and relationships, but permanent effects of drugs on the body can slowly destroy vital systems and functions, leading to permanent disability or even death. Drugs can negatively affect your health. Some long-term effects people experience are other illnesses and diseases, from HIV, sharing the needles, and in worst cases, overdose. Drugs interfere with your mind and how a person may perform throughout the day. Drug addiction is a repetitive cycle. Even if you stop for a long period of time. You are most likely to relapse and use drugs again. This happens when your brain is still trying to get used to not feeling the effect when you use the drugs. They may do things to help their habit, or if there are kids involved, they will abandon them or even family members. Everything that you do affects not only you, but others around you. There is a lot of people misuse or overusing drugs and not even knowing the damage it can make. Changes in your behavior, such as mood swings or increased aggression towards others, may occur. Drugs can control how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. This can control daily decisions you make. Some people begin stealing to support their addiction, display erect drugs, seeking behaviors, anxiety, and even depression. Others, like loved ones, can be affected by your use of drugs. These are some health effects. For example, the marijuana abuse, short-term effects, memory loss, difficulty focusing, panic and anxiety, food cravings, hallucinations, and mood swings. Some of the long-term effects is respiratory problems, depression, lower immune systems, higher risk for abuse of other drugs, and cancer. Changes in behavior such as in this article, how drugs and alcohol abuse affects family and friends, says that they may blame themselves for their loved one's addiction, or they may resent their loved ones for putting them in a situation. They may look for approval through their family on their progress. In many cases, people that abuse drugs may begin to lie and steal from their family. They may do these things to support their habit, or if they have any kids involved, they will abandon their needs. Everything that you do when taking a substance now affects not only you, but others around you. Intimate relationships can be ruined. Users can ostracize family from addiction. Families become overwhelmed with dealing with drug use, and there are just a few examples. Every day there are many people misusing drugs that can affect them badly. It involves a person's behavior, health, drug addiction, relationships with their family and friends. Drug addiction is a long life condition that involves people taking the substance and reacting in a negative way, or ended up in a life-threatening consequence. Ultimately, drug abuse impacts us all. According to the National Center for Drug Abuse, drug overdose deaths in the U.S. since 2000 are nearing 1 million. In 2020, the federal budget for drug control was $35 billion, a $5.1 billion increase from 2019. Knowing a little more about drugs help people understand that others who abuse substances could be putting their environment and themselves in harm.